Hey, I wanted to share my 5 favorite quotes with you. I think in life, there are times when life is hard and you're not sure if you're good enough, you're not sure if you can keep moving forward. And it's those times when we need to remember the big picture and why we're doing what we're doing and how to move forward and get a vision for overcoming and being strong and victorious. When things are going well, we don't need motivation or encouragement. Life is doing that already. But when things are overwhelming and discouraging, we can lose track of the point of all of it. And I believe words are powerful, and they're like spells. Stories reach into your soul and lift you up and pull you higher. And metaphors are powerful things too. And so these quotes tell stories and speak metaphors and are like spells of strength and resilience. So I wanted to read a few of these to you and possibly talk about them a little bit. The first one is by Theodore Roosevelt. It's called The Man in the Arena. It's encouraging for anyone who's tried something new. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. I think sometimes we get this crazy idea that we're meant to be respectable. We're supposed to reach our life's end with minimal casualty, with minimal injury, with maintaining safety and well-being. But life is not safe. It's not without risk. And so when we do take risks, we get pushback from those who will not take risks. And those that critique and criticize us the most are the ones that are not getting into the arena themselves and playing to win, playing to be victorious, taking the risks that are inherent in life. So don't listen to them. Grab the earplugs. Another quote from a soccer player. Grab the earplugs and just keep doing your thing. Another quote that I love is by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I think the beautiful thing about that quote is that it puts into perspective how shrinking, which is our tendency to do to try not to make other people feel uncomfortable, is the opposite of what we should do. We're supposed to rise, we're supposed to shine, we're supposed to access our full power. And that is what gives other people to do the same thing. So as we become the hero our story demands of us, other people receive the encouragement to do the same thing for themselves. We're actually empowering others when we empower ourselves. Another quote is "If" by Rudyard Kipling. And this is like a story to a man that he's mentoring, a young man. And it's absolutely brilliant. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. I think that one speaks to the necessity of never giving up, never losing heart when people or things turn against you, when life seems to be against you, to bear it patiently, to keep taking another step forward. That is when we are mature. That is when we are grown. That is when we become victorious and we conquer. The fourth quote is from Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, Two Towers. And Samwise Gamgee is talking to Frodo, and they're trying to get to Mordor to destroy the ring, the One Ring, and the One Ring is powerful and wearing Frodo down and taking him to pieces, mentally and emotionally and physically. It's wearing him down. And Frodo says to Sam, "I can't do this, Sam." And Sam says, "I know. It's all wrong. By rights we shouldn't even be here, but we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end, because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't, because they were holding on to something. Frodo asks, "What are we holding on to, Sam?" And Sam replies that there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for. The essence of this quote for me is that when the worst happens, when something catastrophic happens in your life or to you personally, it feels like life is never going to be better again. The sun's never going to come out. Spring and summer will never come again. The flowers will never bloom. But we have to remember that in the end, even the worst things are passing. The darkness must pass. A new day will come, and when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. And it's more encouraging when it's one of those great stories that you're listening to, but sometimes we live through those great stories, and we experience the depth of the darkness and the pain and the tragedy. But then we get to become one of those great stories that encourages other people as they see us experience a new day when the sun shines out brighter for us, and we climb up and we begin to take that pain and encourage others with what we've experienced to help encourage them and strengthen them in the way that we needed in our dark moments. So I love that story and the whole there's so many things behind what Tolkien wrote in there, but that is a highlight and one that I keep coming back to. Last one, number 5. It's a short one by Howard Thurman. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And I think that's so wise, so much great guidance in there for us, because we can get distracted and run all over the place trying to meet all the needs in the world and trying to fix everything that we see, and it can be exhausting and endless and forever, and it doesn't accomplish that much, because what the world really needs is people who have come alive. Because like the Marianne Williamson quote, we have to lead by example. We have to follow our joy. We have to come alive first, and then that's how we show the world how to come alive. So as we come alive, the world comes alive. As we heal, the world heals. As we get stronger, the world gets stronger. As we become the hero our story needs, the world becomes the heroes it needs. So don't be discouraged. Keep going. Keep moving forward. Take another step. Take another breath. You've got this. Much love.